Super. Welcome everyone to this week's Family Time meeting. I would like to start with our mission. Rory, you shared your good news this morning, so wouldn't you mind just reading our mission statement and then making whatever comments come to mind as you do so? I'm going to put it on the screen for you.
All right. Our mission is to build a growing and collaborative family of agents around the country who support each other to run strong, ethical, and profitable businesses in which everyone caps and increases their personal income. Many will also become financially free through the EXP Revenue Share Program and Stock Awards. In this way, as a group, we will bring positive, disruptive change to the real estate industry in South Africa. I think just looking at that and looking at what's happening in our area in Lillibaan, it's taken a while, but slowly we are starting to make inroads where our EXP is being recognized in the industry here, and we're starting to get, I think, a flow with customers who are starting to trust us in terms of they didn't know the brand and now they're knowing the brand. So I think the whole collaborative family aspect and the sharing of knowledge on the WhatsApp is a very positive thing for me.
Super, Rory. Thank you so much. And couldn't agree with your sentiments more. Then next thing we always do on our agenda is to welcome any new agents or guests. So there may be people on the call today who are here for the first time as EXP agents. We'd love to hear your voice, see your face. We'd love to hear where you are, maybe why you joined the EXP. What are you hoping to achieve here? Where did you come from? And then there may also be those of you who are on the call today as guests, and you've just been invited to come along and check out our culture. And you're also very welcome. And if you are comfortable to do so, you're also welcome to stick up your hand and tell us where you're from. We'd love to welcome you. So if that's you, please click the little hand icon at the bottom of Google, and we'd love to hear from you. And then if I could just ask everybody else, keep your microphones off while everybody else is talking, please, because we do hear a lot of feedback if you are leaving your mic on. Liesel, over to you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Liesel Smith. I'm from Bella Bella. Johan van Huisteen sponsored me. I'm coming from RealNet. I've been with them for 4 years. And yeah, I'm looking forward to join the family. Well, I've already joined, but I'm looking forward to work with all of you.
Super, Liesel. It's great to have you, and I hope you're very happy here at EXP. I hope it's a prosperous new season in your career.
Thank you so much.
Ricardo. All right, Ricardo, you're going to need to get your mic.
Sorry, I'm just driving in the car at the moment.
There you go.
Not ideal. But yeah, I'm a property valuer. And then I saw some opportunities to have some sales and all that. So I thought, let me try it. And yeah, I haven't actually had any listings or so on. But I have some on the table, just need to get registered, all the PPRA stuff. And then, yeah, hopefully I can start as soon as possible.
Super, Ricardo. Good to have you. Who's your sponsor?
Berdien.
Excellent. Excellent.
Cool.
Cool. Well, good luck, Ricardo. Great to have you on this morning. Drive safe.
No, thanks.
And then Sharon. Sharon, your mic is muted.
Oh, sorry. I would like to welcome Stanton this morning. He joined last week. He's got his first listing, 2 listings up and running. So Stanton, all the best and welcome to the family.
Stanton, I see your hand was up. If you want to respond to that, you're welcome.
Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, it's exciting to be here. So I joined last week and I've been on the go with Sharon. She's been amazing. So I came from We Buy Cars, total change from selling cars to selling houses. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity, and yeah, excited to be here.
Stanton, why did you make the move in your career?
We Buy Cars was a good opportunity, but they went through quite a restructure before they got listed. So I had to make a career change, and Sharon presented this opportunity to me, and I just felt I just felt in my gut, in my spirit, that this was the right thing to do.
Excellent. Well, we do wish you all the best with this brand new season in your career. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, Sharon. Ben Emmett. How's it, Ben? You need to just unmute your mic. At the bottom of the screen, there'll be a little microphone icon that you click. There should be next to there'll be a camera there. There we go. Unfortunately, your mic's not actually picking up your voice. I can see you've got it off, Ben, but sorry, it's not working. But just tell us your story in the chat. Type a little message in there. We'd love to welcome you anyway. And it's good to see your face. Sorry you couldn't talk to us. Elmarie.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I don't know if it's the welcoming now, but I want to welcome two people that I've invited. It's Charlene and Kelly. They are not agents yet, but I've invited them to the meeting just to see what our family do. If they are here, I don't know if they're here.
Super. Well, Charlene, if you're here, and Kelly, if you're here, welcome. Good to have you. Next on the list is Nathaniel. Nathaniel Fortune.
Hi, good morning. Sharon's my sponsor and sister. I've just joined a few days ago and kind of getting used to the rat race of all of the stuff that's happening and the training and so on. But really found it quite refreshing to know that the infrastructure of EXP does assist tremendously and empower the agent. You've just got to choose your poison very carefully and know that that's going to be effective for you. Yeah.
Super, Nathaniel. Well, welcome. Good to have you in the team. Paul and Alette.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I also have guests on here today. Ben is one of our guests. He's been on a journey with us for quite some time now. So we are looking forward to when the time is right for him to join. And then also Joyce, who is on the call with us today. You're more than welcome. I really hope you enjoy this meeting with us.
Excellent. I see Ben's message in the chat bar there, Alette. Says he's from Kempton Park, as you guys originally hail from. Planning to move to the Western Cape, and Paul and Alette have been chipping away at me. There's a little tip of the hat to your persistence, Alette. Well done. Great, Ben, and all the best. And when you get to Cape Town, look us up. Be good to have you in the Western Cape. Am I missing anyone? Sorry, just need to get back to the list of hands. Oh, Christine. Good morning, Christine.
Hi, Steve. Listen, yeah, I'm so proud we have some new members on the team today. We have Devin. I saw Devin here and I saw Lisa recently joined. And then also I've got a visitor here, Lyric, and I'm very excited that he's also excited about EXP. Some time for him still to come, but he will be on our team not too long from now. So, yeah.
Great, Christine. Thank you. Well, welcome, guys. We are a fast-growing business. My own team. So if you're here for the first time, what is this? Family Time is the kind of team meeting that I host for my revenue share group every 2 weeks. My revenue share group is 821 of the 1,200 agents in South Africa. And so we, by a long way, we are the bulk of the EXP agents in South Africa, and I'm very proud of that. You know, we as a group have worked really, really hard to build a culture. Although it's kind of cross lines of sponsorship for you guys, many of you are not in each other's businesses. You're all in my business, but notwithstanding that, I think we have worked together well. We collaborate together well. The culture is good. The friendships are good. The support is good. Look, nothing is perfect on this side of eternity, and there's going to be issues no matter where you go. But I'm very proud of the culture that we've built, which is kind of what we've said in our mission statement, that we want to build this culture of collaboration and support and success and good ethics And so I'm very pleased and very grateful to be in business with all of you guys. Thank you so much for what you've brought to my life and to each other's lives. So thank you. And then we've just done the welcomes. Sorry, should have put that slide up earlier. The next thing we do in our family time meeting on our agenda is kudos and thank yous. So it's important to verbalize gratitude. Verbal expressions of gratitude, as I always talk about, are important. And so if you've got someone to just say thank you to, somebody who's done something for you in the last 2 weeks, or they've helped collaborated on a transaction, they opened a listing for you, or they answered a question for you on the WhatsApp group, or whatever it is, somebody bought you a cup of coffee or gave you a cool glass of water, here's the time just to say thank you. I want to say thanks to James and Shelley for having me while I was in PE. It was wonderful to spend time with them in their home. And yeah, I'm grateful for the time that we could spend together, not only in PE, but I also stayed in James's guest house when I was in Knysna. So yeah, James, Shelley, appreciate your leadership and appreciate your hospitality. Thank you so much. So yep, let me check the queue of hands. Who was first? Paul Nalette.
Yes, I would like to say thank you to Andrew Thompson and his team. They've been doing roadshows all around the country, and the people that we invite to the roadshows, even though we're not there, we get really good feedback from them. So I just want to say thank you to them for all the effort that they are putting in to help us to grow our businesses. And then we also had a meeting with Andrew with one of our prospects. He's got his own business and they are thinking of moving everyone over to EXP. So we had a three-way call with Andrew that went very well. So yeah, I'm just thankful for his time and effort that he puts in to help us.
Yeah, amen to that, Alette. They're doing a great job. It was wonderful seeing the EXP leadership on the road shows. Javi was really sick, in fact, but soldiering on. And so, yeah, Andrew and Javi and Sia, we appreciate you guys and everything you do. Like Alette says, when you invite someone to one of the EXP road shows, you know that they're going to get a world-class experience when they go there. It's not like you're going to be feeling like you might just be a little bit scum or ashamed of what happens there. So, yeah, well said, Alette. Margot, nice to see you this morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. Margot here from the Cape Winelands. Yeah, firstly, I just love to thank Christine Appel for obviously introducing myself and my mom and our team to EXP. And also to Christine thank you for adding me to your website where I can showcase all my beautiful listings. Thank you so much for that. And then following on that, also thank you to you, Steve, for making yourself available and taking hands with us for chatting to some prospects who are keen to join EXP. Your insight and your knowledge of the system and how it works and the business model has been invaluable. George is going to be joining. We are still figuring out yes, and he's bringing some people with him to join. So already some incredible growth going to be happening in the near future. Also, thank you to Javi Rousseau, who's not on this call, but I need to thank him because he's also done a follow-up call just to also, again, just sort out those finer details because obviously, you know, things aren't always simple, you know, but I believe that it will all pay off and it's all thanks to you guys.
Well done, Margot. You're doing a great job. Now, some of this stuff takes time, you know, building the revenue share teams like we saw with Paul Nalette earlier. And it was Ben who made that comment. Thanks for chipping away at me. Sorry if I got the name wrong there. Yeah, Ben Emmett. I mean, many of you guys have joined EXP, joined me after months and months and months of seeing the thing. I think of Chris and Ethel Whaling, who had a lot of complexity in their lives that they were having to deal with, but eventually made the move when the time was right. So, yeah, you know, some people join quick, some take a long time, but if you're willing to just stick it out for the long haul, and I think a great example of that is Sharon Moodley. Like she's been with me for 3.5 years and just been sticking at it. And I mean, Sharon, you know, there's been tears, there's been stress, there's been, you know, like, is this going to work? And it's wonderful to see your business growing now. You're starting to reap a lot of what you've sown. So yeah, be persistent with the agent attraction. It really is worth it in the end. Next hand was Chris and Ethel. I'm not sure which of you is going to have a word.
Yeah, no, it's just hi, Steve. Just wanting to also say thank you to the team from around the country that came for the roadshow in East London. Andrew and Sia at Harvey. We had an excellent time. We had 4 prospects there with us, and they all thoroughly enjoyed it. And a couple of them are seriously looking at moving across to join our team. So it was really a good experience, and Andrew's getting very proficient at doing the presentation.
Super, Chris. Well done. I heard that you guys had a big crowd, like 90 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very good.
That is
Excellent.
fantastic for East London. So well done.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff happening there. Sharon, how's it?
You know, Steve, I just wanted to encourage everybody. The Cape is now having their roadshows. These roadshows, as Paul and Alette have said, they are really good. There are 44,000 agents in South Africa. If all of us invite 2 people each, we are definitely going to make it and grow your team. And as Steve said, sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not so quick, but make an effort to invite people to come to these, because these meetings are really good.
Thanks, Sharon. So on the My EXP dashboard, you can see how many people have joined your revenue share group in the last 30 days. And my thing always kind of hovers around 30 to 40. And it's just risen up now. It was like 57 a couple of days ago when I looked. So we are growing faster than we've grown before. And I think that's good for everybody to hear. We are growing, and it's going to continue to grow faster and faster, God willing.
But you know, Steve, I feel that if we don't tell people about this opportunity, they're the ones that are losing out. And we've got something good that we need to, you know, really share with everybody.
Agreed. Elmarie, you agree with that, I'm sure.
Definitely, yes. Now you have to tell. I just talk to everybody as I meet them, tell them. Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you to Monica. She gave me a referral of a listing, a very good listing. So thank you, Monica.
Yeah, Monica.
Yes,
I'm here. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for helping.
Sorry, I also want to say thank you to Monica. She helped me a lot with my with the iBid. I had 2 properties on iBid, and she helped me through the whole process one day. And unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of luck, but I think the people just are very quiet. Don't know if it's before the elections or what, but yeah, I didn't get any bids. But I now know how the system works anyway. So thanks, Monica.
Right. Hopefully when we're through the elections and the interest rates have come down, and there's a burst of activity in the market, I think that's when that iBid system might come into its own, when you've got multiple buyers wanting to make offers on properties. I mean, that's really what it's designed for. So I look forward to seeing the potential of that thing later in the year. Then next kudo, or thank you. If there's more, you're welcome to stick up a hand. But we just want to say well done to James and Shelley. I know it's a bit of a team effort there in PE. Well done for capping, James. We are proud of you. We are grateful. I'm very grateful to be in business with you, and inspired by your leadership and the excellence with which you do everything there in PE. So well done to you guys. Excellent. I don't know if you're here. Normally you guys are in the boardroom, but if you want to, you are welcome to come and receive your Oscar on stage. If not, it's fine. We'll carry on. Leaderboard. Is the leaderboard open? Yes. Okay. So the name that you really must notice today is Sharon Reedley, because Sharon just got in the top 5. And Sharon, probably I'd say maybe 2 months ago, you must have been 20. Like, you were way down the list.
Yes, I was, Steve, and I just kept plugging at it. And all of a sudden, everybody contacts me and says, I want to join, I want to join, I want to join. So it's, don't ever think if somebody doesn't join immediately that they won't join. You've sown those seeds. Just keep sending them. Steve, I've learned from you. Just keep sending them and it comes together.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well done, Sharon. So top 5, Sharon now has 23 people sponsored personally and 45 in her broader revenue share group. And that second number is going to change. You can't sponsor that many people first tier without this number of people changing. It's just the way it works. That's why the most important number is the number of people you've personally sponsored. That's if you're interested in the revenue sharing thing side of things, guys. It's not, obviously, a lot of agents don't want to do this, and that's fine. But for those of us who do, these numbers are important. The other name you're going to see there, Monica's in gold. Well done, Monica. You've jumped up one. You leapfrogged B. Ensland because you added someone to your first tier. Well done, Monica. But then this groovy color, I thought I'd put it in one of the groovy build colors today, is because Ferdy just broke 200 agents in his RevShare team. So well done, Ferdy. That's awesome. I don't know if Ferdy's with us this morning. You here?
Hi, good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm here, Stephen.
Well done, Ferdy. 200.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yes, but I'm getting concerned about my that first number. I'm battling to get those people across the line, but I'm chipping away. They will all come eventually. Like you always say, they will all come.
Yeah.
Just persistence and consistency. That's it.
Well, I guess the good news there, Ferdy, is that you're sitting on a gold mine. Conservatively, if you guys want a number, conservatively you earn 250 Rand per person in your entire revenue share group per month. 250 Rand per month. So what would 200 times 250 Rand be? Somebody do the maths for me. Is that 50,000 Rand a month?
Yeah, about 50K.
Yeah. So Ferdy, you're sitting on 50,000 Rand a month. All you've got to do is unlock your tiers.
And the exciting thing is the last announcement from our CEO with the doing away with unlocking the tiers. That's exciting news for us going forward. If that RevShare 2.0 come over to South Africa,
yeah,
that will change a lot of things for a lot of people.
So Ferdy, is that different to? I know they said when someone joins for the first 6 months, they automatically open tiers 2 and 3. Is that now a permanent thing for everyone?
Stephen, I'm not quite sure. I've read the
nodding his head there.
I've read the what Glenn Sanford's write up about that, the announcement. And I hope it's for everybody. I think it's for 12 months, the first year, but I think then it probably goes on into perpetuity. I'm not sure if it's just for the first year when people join. We will probably have to speak to the Global Agent Council to hear what that all entails. But it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, it's going to increase our income. So that is awesome. Andrew's hoping to announce RevShare 2.0 in South Africa in July. Okay, so that obviously was on the Let's Talk with Glenn the other day, Johan. So that's good news, guys. Well done. But I mean, that's, you look at a number like that and you think, I'm sitting on 50 grand a month. For the rest of my life, I'm sitting on 50 grand a month. And I mean, that number is going to continue to grow. Like it's growing already. Every 2 weeks, I think this has gone up by 5 people or 6 people since the last meeting, and Ferdy hasn't added anyone to his first tier. So that's the power of this revenue share thing, guys. And then Johan, I'm glad we actually saw your name there, because Johan's a new arrival on the leaderboard with 5 on his first tier, 6 in his total group. So well done, Johan, for making it onto the leaderboard, and look forward to seeing how you're going to grow in the future as well. Okay, so that is that. Stick up a hand if you want to make a comment on any of that. Are there any upcoming training events? Okay, Paul, go for it. Or Alette.
Yes, I just want to say congratulations to Johan. He has been working hard in the Bella Bella area, and there's more and more agents joining, and he's really doing well with his sales and everything. So yeah, I think they're gonna rock Bella Bella totally.
Excellent, Johan. Look forward to seeing what happens there. Okay, cool, guys. Are there any, I don't have any that I've seen, but I'd love you to tell us if there are any training things or events coming up. Did they announce the Cape Town Roadshow dates? Okay, if somebody could put the Cape Town Roadshow dates in the chat, that would be helpful. And any other like sort of training that you think might be worth attending, you're also welcome to stick up a hand and tell us what is happening. Okay, what I want to talk about today is the most important activity you do in real estate. So how did this come about? Well, it's been a combination of a few things. Francesca, my daughter, joining EXP and now grinding away, and I've got to see like at the coal face again now on a sort of a daily basis of what agents struggle with, and it's kind of been really brought before me again. That, and then just looking at the team. I've been looking at my board a lot recently actually, and reading. So all the green names in the circles are people that I've personally sponsored, and looking through all of those, looking through my FLA versus FLQA. So I've got 103 FLAs. I think I've got 33 FLQAs, came down by a few recently, just thinking, wow, that's like 30% of my group are FLQAs. You know what that means? 70%. 70%, if it's representative of the whole group, of the group are not doing basically one deal every 6 months. You know, that is a remarkable statistic. I mean, that's remarkable. What 70% of 800 people is 550 people. So 550 out of 820 agents have not done a deal in the last 6 months. And it's not like I'm trying to shame anyone. It's like, I get concerned for you. I mean, how are you paying the bills? Like, what kind of pressure are you under? It's, to me, that's quite staggering. So I've been thinking through all of this and watching Francesca, and then I've had a guy. He's at another company. He's a very, very sort of up and coming successful agent who reached out to me for coaching, and I've said to him, look, I don't do coaching anymore, and you know, he wants to kind of meet with me personally, and I'm just saying to him, but like, I don't do that, and my agenda is for you to come to EXP. Let's be honest with each other. But maybe there's something we can like put together, and maybe I can put a little small group together and bring you in. And actually, that's what I want to do, because I'm trying to build a relationship with them. But the question that I sort of went through my mind with was, I was one of the top real estate trainers in the country. And I almost have lost sight of the fact that I have a system that I absolutely know 100% works if agents use it. I've been so focused on RevShare and building the team and the culture and that I've kind of got away from my real estate training roots. And so what I'm wanting to do is, and I'm probably going to use family time to do it, I'm wanting to take you through my system over a period of time break it down into sort of bite-sized pieces that if you are struggling with sales or you've got agents in your team struggling with sales, get them onto the family time meeting, because we're going to start going through some basics of success in real estate. And the first thing that I want to say to you is that there is one task above every other task in your real estate career that is more important, that is the driver of your success. If there's one thing that I could come into your office and I could say, show me this thing, that would be the thing that would tell me whether you are succeeding and whether you are going to succeed or not. So I want you to tell me, you can maybe put it in the chat bar, how you think I'm going to finish this sentence. The most important activity you do in real estate is what? Okay, so we've got relationships, cold calling, talking to people, talk. Sorry, it's going so fast, I can't keep up with it. Lead gen, prospecting, canvassing. Johan, what's nail list mean? Canvassing, building relationships while farming. Oh, name list. Name list, yes. Okay. All right, so the way I am going to finish that sentence is the most important activity you do in your real estate career is lead generation. Now, obviously a bunch of those do fall into that, like Paul saying, talking to people, that's lead generation. Cold calling is lead generation. But the cold calling thing I am going to disagree with the next point that I make, because, okay, so let's just go step by step. If the most important thing you do in your business is generating leads, and why is that, by the way? Because, guys, if you have, if you've got cash flow problems, if you're an agent and you haven't done a deal in the last 6 months, I can tell you now you've got cash flow problems. When you put your head on the pillow at night, you are stressed. Unless you've got a very wealthy husband or a very wealthy wife, you are stressed. And if I were to be able to give you, actually for all of you, if I were to be able to give you, say 10 hot, well-priced seller leads in your area right now, and they were expecting your call, they'd heard good things about you. Here they are, 10 hot leads for sellers. Would that not solve 99% of the problems you have right now? I mean, that answers it all. That would solve every problem you have. The reason many agents spend time with the wrong people and flog dead horses and try to sell things that are overpriced for, I mean, I'm glad Christine managed to get a seller down, but imagine having a listing. I'm sure it wasn't hers the whole 11 months, but imagine having a listing for 11 months and the thing's like not selling, and you're flogging. The reason people spend time with the wrong people is because they don't have anybody else to spend time with. That is the brutal truth of real estate. Agents get like a lead, and then they become like a clam. They just like hold on to that thing and try to get it to sell, get it to sell. Whereas if you've got options, the best thing you can do in your real estate business is give yourself options. And the only way to give yourself options where you can choose who you work with and you don't work with is to have an abundance of high quality leads. Lead generation is everything. Why do people talk about social media? Do you think we love putting videos on social media and making a public spectacle of ourselves? The reason everyone's talking about social media, so you got to be on social media, you got to be on Facebook, you got to be Instagram, you got to be doing reels, you got to be doing videos. Why do we do that? It's to generate leads. That's why we do it. It's all about lead generation. That's the whole thing in real estate. And yes, Francesca didn't know an OTP from her elbow. And the embarrassing thing is I couldn't actually tell her how to distinguish between the two. But you know what? She's in the middle of a transaction. She's learned an enormous amount working with Lisner on this one transaction. And she now knows what an OTP is. She knows what FICA is now. It's like, those are the things that are an initial impediment, but they're short-term impediments in real estate. The long-term problem in real estate is lead generation. I hope that message is clear. Because what that means is, if you are not consistently implementing some kind of system for lead generation, you are not going to be consistently an FLQA to your sponsor, which means there's going to be periods of 6, 8, 12 months where you don't do a deal, and your life, my friend, in real estate is going to be inconsistency of income for the next 20 years until you get out of the real estate industry. You're going to have good months, terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, I have a good month, terrible, terrible, terrible. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It's going to be this emotional roller coaster. The top agents in the world who all succeed consistently have a system of generating leads consistently. Okay, so now, if that is all true, then 3 very important questions arise out of that. So, question number 1, if generating leads is the most important thing I do, how many leads do I need at any one time? That's an important question, because you don't want any strategy that you implement in your business to lack specificity. You need to be able to set goals with your strategies. So if lead generation is going to be the most important strategy in my business, I need to know how many leads do I need to be generating on a monthly basis. When do I have enough leads? When do I, perhaps more importantly, when do I not have enough leads? When should I be concerned? When should I be working harder, making more phone calls, doing all the things we're going to talk about to generate more leads? How do I know whether I'm doing well or not? That's an important question. Okay, the second question is, what's the best kind of lead? Because not all leads are created equal. You know, you phone, you're doing cold calling in your area, and you're phoning, and then you come across some person who just says, "Oh yeah, we've got like we've been wanting to have the house like valued," and you say, "Oh please, can I come and value it?" And they say, "Well, we've been dealing with someone else. It's okay, but can I just come?" Well, okay. Right. Are you excited about that lead? Versus the best kind of lead that I'm going to suggest to you, which I'll do later. Right, so the third question is, how can I consistently generate that many of those kind? So now I'm taking questions 1 and 2, and I'm now asking the strategy question. If I need X number of leads to know that I'm doing well, and the best kind of lead is this specific kind of lead that I'm going to talk about, then we ask the strategy question. How can I implement a system that will generate me consistently this number of that kind of lead? That is what I am going to teach you. And guys, if I can just tell you my background. When I was 27, 28 years old, I met a guy named Tom Gay, who is the ex-chief executive of a company called Providence Systems. Providence Systems at the time, and still today, was the largest one-on-one coaching company in the world. They specialized, as I learned, over a highly miraculous and providential dinner, that this company specialized in the real estate industry. I didn't know the first thing about real estate. I had a little training company that was coming to a dying a slow death. And Tom liked me. We were introduced by a mutual friend. On the very night I was making a decision to take a job somewhere else the next morning. And Tom said, "Oh, well, you seem like a good trainer. Let's see if we can bring Providence to South Africa." So Providence is the company, the brainchild of a guy called Brian Buffini. Brian Buffini is the top real estate trainer in the world. And he's an Irish guy, went to America, made good, was a successful agent himself, and then started this training and coaching business, and it grew into. So when I was in Providence, I went to America and I spent some time at Providence. That was 2003. They had 10,000 coaching clients. They had a gymnasium, like a massive university gymnasium with little partitions, with like 4 little desks on either side of the partition, and just coaches as far as the eye could see, people coaching estate agents on these little headsets. And what did they coach agents to do? Well, they coached them to do exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do, because what I did was I brought Providence's business to South Africa. I spent some time with Brian in the States and learned their systems, came back with a bunch of VHF cassette tapes, if you remember those. And I put them in my little VHS machine, and I watched them and watched them and watched them and watched them. And then I did what I kind of do. I organize information. That's what I do. And I organized this thing, and I built a curriculum based on exactly, and some of the jokes were the same, and the scripts were the same. I just copied, rip off. It wasn't rip off and duplicate, but because I was doing it together with him, but it was basically copy exactly what he did, and then make small changes for the South African market, which weren't a lot that they had to change. And I started Providence in South Africa. If you want to look up Brian Buffini, he's got the best podcast in the world. That's my view. It's called It's a Good Life. If you want to stop listening to nonsense and the radio in your car, open the podcast app on your phone, subscribe to Brian Buffini's It's a Good Life podcast. He interviews, it's not even real estate specific anymore. It's just about entrepreneurism and living a good life. He interviews some of the most incredible people in the world. Neil Armstrong, the astronaut, and he draws the biggest names, and it's all positive, it's clean, and it's about living a good life. It's really awesome. I want to encourage you guys to go and invest in yourselves by listening to podcasts as opposed to reading the newspaper and listening to the radio. Where was I? So, yes. I came back to South Africa, built Providence up, and over a period of sort of 6 or 7 years, we became the largest real estate training company in South Africa, the largest one-on-one coaching business in the real estate industry in South Africa. And I trained tens of thousands of agents. We had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents we coached one-on-one through our curriculum. And to this day, this is now 21 years later, to this day, I have agents coming to me saying, what you taught me to do 20 years ago changed my business. And they are still doing it today. So Brian Super is an example of that. Brian was a coaching client of ours way back in the day. Is there anybody else on the call here? Stick up a hand if you were a client of mine in my Providence days. Elmarie, Brad, Dave Beatty. I mean, look, these are some of our top achievers. Chris Whaling. Wow. Hey, geez, guys, we got lots of miles under the belt, eh? And so, I got to this point thinking about this the last few days that, man, we've trained some of the best estate agents in the country. And agents are struggling. Let's get back to some of the basics of working by referral. And that's the answer to the best kind of lead. So today, guys, today's a little bit of motivation, a little bit of prep for what we're going to get into. Okay, so I just want to build my case. The first question we were asking is, how many leads do you need? And some of you will recognize this spreadsheet. This is a good goal. It's a good guideline. Okay, if you're wanting to know, do I have enough hot leads? This is a great way to answer this question. This comes from Ricky Caruth. And he says, he sells 100 homes a year with just a single assistant. He's got himself and his assistant. He's a single agent, and he sells 100 homes a year. And he basically says this is how he does it. He does it through circle prospecting, cold calling, and he's got a big email list. Those are his two strategies. And this is the main sheet that he tries to populate. Anytime you generate a buyer or seller lead where the buyer or the seller is wanting to make the move into the market in the next 90 days. So if it's a seller, you haven't listed it yet. If you've listed it, you take them off this list. They now are a current client. But if they're thinking of listing and you know they're serious and they want to list in the next 90 days, they go on the list. If it's a buyer and they're wanting to put an offer in, they want to purchase a property in the next 90 days, you put them on this list. And what he says is, if you can get your list out of the red into the green, in other words, more than 20 clients who want to make a move in the next 90 days, you will do, he says, in his experience, you will do 3 deals a month if you keep your hot list in the green. Now, obviously, what happens is you sell some, maybe a buyer buys through someone else, or someone lists with you. There's constantly people coming off the hot list. So this is a working document. It may change on a daily basis. In fact, if you're doing lead gen every day, it should change on a daily basis. So this is the first thing I would suggest you create for yourself. If somebody sends me an email later today, I can actually put a link to this. I think you can put an Excel spreadsheet in a WhatsApp group. I'll put the Excel spreadsheet for you in the WhatsApp group. Somebody just remind me later today. And start to have this thing open on your computer every day so that you know where you are as far as lead generation is concerned. I would actually be very interested, if I were in your shoes, to go and fill this in today and actually write in there how many leads you're currently working on and see how many you've got. Because if you've only got 1 or 2 or 3 people that you know are thinking of making a move in the next 90 days and you're in constant contact with them, you know, you're in trouble. My fear is that a lot of agents are in trouble. They don't know they're in trouble. They're just carrying on day by day and hoping things will get better. They're not going to get better. You have to make a dramatic change in your strategy if you want things to get better. And this is the foundation of it, lead generation. Okay, so there's the hot list. That's the answer to the first question. How many leads do I need? Okay, just keep your hot list in the green. Then the second question is, what is the best kind of lead? And my suggestion to you is going to be, the best kind of lead is a referral. Now, this is where I kind of feel like I'm getting back to my roots, because I may have been distracted over the last few years to talk more and more about social media, video, Reels, Instagram, YouTube, yeah, and I'm not opposed to those things. They're good. I mean, I'm big on Reels and they work for me. But the truth of the matter is, even with agent attraction, the best kind of person for me to contact is someone who has been referred to me and they've heard good things about me. In fact, they are grateful when I call them. The first words out of their mouth are, "Oh, thanks for calling. My friend Elmarie said you'd be calling me. Here's what I'm wanting to do," and they immediately start telling you their story. They feel like they've now got the person that they want. So, how many of you guys, maybe just say "I" or something in the chat bar, how many of you have ever been referred to a potential seller, so that when you went to the listing presentation, you went to go and see them, they were already like expecting the call, they'd heard nice things about you. When you made the call to them, it wasn't a cold call, like they were expecting it. Now, for all of you who are saying I in the chat bar, which is great, I'm glad it's a lot of you, just tell me this, like, was that better than someone commenting on something on Facebook? Was that better than, you know, having to do cold calling, which some of you have to do before you build up your database? You know, if you've ever had a referral as a lead, guys, you will know this from personal experience. It is head and shoulders the best kind of lead. Now, if that is true, then is it not the rational thing to do to ask the question, how can I consistently, systematically generate more referred leads? And this is, I think, where the huge misconception is with working by referral, is that most people confuse word of mouth business with working by referral. What's the difference? Word of mouth is completely passive. Word of mouth means I sit back, I've done a great job for my clients, I've worked really hard, you know, like I served the last few clients up. I went out of the way to fix stuff in the house and go and sort out the geyser that burst that I didn't have to do. And man, I've given good service. And now, surely, I'm going to sit back and my phone's going to ring. Like, surely people are talking about me because I've given such good service. And guys, unfortunately, you're going to lose 9 out of 10 leads that you could have got by referral if you are just expecting them to come to you on their own. Working by referral is not a passive enterprise. Working by referral is a proactive system that you can build into your business that actually, on top of providing exceptional service to your clients, then goes out on a daily basis and goes and fetches the referrals, goes and gets the leads that people are sitting on. Because you know what it's like. There are people sitting out there, sitting on a lead for you that would be quite happy to refer you. They're just not thinking about it. And it might be a shocking fact for you to have to face, that most people are not walking around thinking, man, who can I refer to my estate agent today? You know, like, man, that's like at the top of my list of priorities for today, is to find someone to refer to my estate agent. They're not thinking about you. They got their own stresses. They got problems with their family, problems at their job. Their dog bit them this morning. They've run out of dog food and they've got to get to Woolies and pick them. Like, they're not thinking about you. That's why you cannot depend on word of mouth. Yes, you provide exceptional service, but you've got to have a system whereby you actually go into those relationships on a regular basis and you get the leads from them. That is what I can teach you how to do. I can teach you how to do that. 100%. I can teach you how to do it. We know how to do it. We have done this through my organization and Brian with their tens and tens of thousands of clients. We've done this with tens of thousands of people. We know that it works. Okay, so if it is so consistent, if it is so predictable, where's the catch? What's the problem here? Here's the catch. You ready? What I'm going to teach you to do requires an enormous amount of discipline. Everybody knows how to have a six-pack. Do you have a six-pack? Because if you're anything like me, you do not have a six-pack. Even if you know how to have a six-pack. Because I don't want to eat lettuce leaves for dinner. I want to enjoy my life. You know, you could use that argument with many things in life where so I enjoy playing golf, and I've just purchased an online golf like school type thing, and this has been brought home to me again as I'm watching the various video series this guy's put on for your golf swing. None of it is rocket science. Okay, some of it is insightful, but There's no shortcut. If you want to start shallowing out your club, there's a drill that he gives you, and you got to do 1,000 reps. It's like, it's discipline. For those of you who can play a musical instrument, you know the number one thing when human beings are asked, what one skill or whatever would you like to have that you don't have now? What one skill or experience would you like? Something like over 80% of the answers are always, I'd like to play the guitar or play a musical instrument or sing. Well, I used to have a guy who worked for me at Providence. One of my coaches was an exceptional guitarist. And I got chatting to him one day. And in that conversation, I just remember it being brought home to me that if you want to be able to play the guitar well, it's not rocket science. There's no mystery to how to play the guitar. You can go online and know how to play the different chords. It is simply a case of working an hour a day on your chords, getting that thumb around and working and working and working and working. He just says he has played the guitar thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. That's life. And that's lead generation. If you want to work by referral, we can tell you how to do it absolutely categorically. Whether you will go and do it or not is a very big question mark, because you'll get excited for a week and you'll do it for a week, but you want to work by referral. You know what you got to do? You got to do these daily and weekly disciplines, week after week after week after week after week after week after week, month after month after month after month after month. You do that for like 2 years, and your business will never be the same again. Just this is the way life works. Okay, I think that's enough from me. So what I'm going to do, we may bounce in and out of it if it's something else that I want to do, get a guest speaker or whatever on family time. I still reserve the right to do that. But I'm going to start getting into some of this lead gen stuff again, because I just think there's too many agents struggling and the market is tough. But I think we are going to be heading into a better market towards the end of this year. And I want you guys to be ready. I want you to be the top of mind agent when that starts happening. All right, guys, God bless you. Any comments on that? You are welcome. In the last minute, maybe one or two of you can have the last word, and then we'll call it a day. All right, no hands up, but guys are just saying thank you. It's my pleasure, guys. Have a wonderful day ahead. Okay, Elmarie, why don't you take us home?
Steve, I just want to say thank you for this morning. I really needed this just to get back to the basics again, because the things that you taught us this years ago, and I have the systems in place, but I need to go back to the basics. You get reluctant and you forget to do what you have to do. And I'm very excited for just hearing from you again, and just to start over again and just streamline what I already have in place, which wat afgewater het. You just didn't do it anymore because you don't think it's important. So thank you. This morning I really needed this. Thank you.
Elmarie, my pleasure. Thank you. All right, guys, that's it. Have a great week ahead.
Thanks,
And,
everybody.
we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye, everybody. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good week.